So yes, thank you all for being here. Thank you for gathering. I have to say, from my side, I'm extremely excited to be coming to Hyderabad very soon. It seems like it's just 2 weeks away. So the time is coming closer and closer, and I feel like my excitement is growing more and more. So this is something that we've been really planning and dreaming and wishing and praying about and asking Shri Radha Govinda to just kind of spread their mercy and to somehow or other help us become instruments of being able to bring that mercy and bring some of Vrindavan Yatra all the way to Hyderabad. So thank you, thank you.
So they basically want to know what is Chelman Vrindavan Acyuta Gopi live.
Yeah, Chelman Vrindavan is, as I was saying, an opportunity for all of us to create some service. Everybody wants to do something meaningful in their lives. And sometimes we will think about the legacy that we leave behind, either with our families or with jobs. We will think about the things that we do for our community. But what is the legacy for our souls? Sometimes we think about all of the amazing things that a person has done for society and for community, but what does that mean for their actual soul? Once the soul has left that body, is the soul still thinking about the community things that they did before? Right? We see so many times that some soul has been reincarnated. But are they thinking about the things that they left behind in that previous body? No. So what can we bring with us? And with that, we can bring devotional service. We can bring service to God with us, no matter where we are, no matter what birth we might take, no matter even if we attain that liberation where we no longer have to attain any other bodies, devotional service is something that we can take with us. And so what happens for so many people who are not able to always go on a yatra to Vrindavan? What happens to all of those people? Where does their devotional service lie? And how can they somehow or other make their lives successful? And so we've come up with Chelman Vrindavan. And Chelman Vrindavan is a way where so many people from all walks of life can perform some devotional service. So even just by purchasing a ticket to one of these concerts, we then are able to take those funds and perform service on behalf of all of you in Sridham Vrindavan. And so it is a way for us to kind of become pujaris in a way. So whenever you go to a mandir and you see a pujari on an altar and he's performing seva to Thakurji, you are not performing seva, but somehow or other, through holding the hand of the priest, through the pujari, you're able to perform some service. And then you get all of the blessings and the benefits. So in this way, we are trying to bring Navan to all of you and somehow or other holding the hands of everyone that we come in contact with. And in this way, we're able to perform some kind of seva for Vrindavan Dham. And so we've been able to donate for feeding widows and feeding those who really, really are just giving their lives to Radhe Shyam and giving their lives in surrender to Shri Krishna. And so we've been able to start initiatives. We're able to feed widows. We're able to reestablish and help really renovate temples that are there in Vrindavan, temples that have been there for 5,000 years, deities who were established over 5,000 years ago. And so they reached out to all of us and they asked us, please, if you can somehow or other join hands and bring awareness to all of these different temples, to all of these wonderful vigrahas, to all of these wonderful deities and manifestations of Shri Krishna's mercy that have been installed here in Vrindavan, but somehow are a little bit forgotten. If you can bring awareness to all of these different manifestations of God, then somehow or other, then we can perform our seva and we can continue on with all of these initiatives. So after hearing about so many of these wonderful deities and being born and raised with Krishna Bhakti, this was something that was incredibly dear to my heart. So when Vrindavan calls and says, can you please perform some seva? What other answer can we give other than, yes, we are at your service. This is the entire essence of our lives, is to somehow or other bring awareness and then to take all of those funds and then bring it to Vrindavan as cultural preservation, because this is seva. This is the only thing that we'll be able to take with us. At the end of our lives, we cannot take our money. We cannot take we can't take our status. We can't take our family name. We can't take anything with us. What never leaves us is loving devotional service. So Shri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that in this endeavor of devotional service, there's no loss, no diminution. So you get to take it with you, and you are never a loser. And so whatever little bit you do for Krishna, he's writing it down and he's making note of it. And so he's keeping track of every single good thing that we do for him. And he's making sure that we are able to carry that with us in this life and the next, in whatever situation we find ourselves. And this changes our fate. So this is a chance for us to somehow or other bring Vrindavan to all of you in a way that's fun. Devotional service does not have to be boring. And so now we have a chance to be able to chant, dance, party with one another, and we give the most valuable thing that we have. We give our time. And so when we think about the most valuable commodity that any of us has, it is time. And so I thank you all for giving your time on this evening for all of you to come and be here through whatever obstacles. It really shows such a dedication. And I am indebted to all of you for just showing your absolute dedication for trying to be here in these moments.
Namaste. The Hyderabad media welcomes you. We would be more happy seeing you in Hyderabad soon. And my question to you is, what does it mean being a bestie to the Supreme Power? And how special it is for you? And can you put some light on people are sitting here and everybody becomes a bestie to Krishna and Radha?
Sure. That is such a favorite question. Thank you for that. Really good question. So we are actually all God's supreme besties. And Shri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Suhridam Sarvabhutanam, I am the well-wishing friend of everyone. And so when we take a translation and we put that into new generation speak, we get the lingo of the new generation. What do we have? We have supreme bestie of everyone. And a supreme bestie is somebody that you can tell anything, everything, at any time. Somebody who's never too busy for you. Right? If you think about your best friend, you can call them up if you have a problem and they'll listen to you. You can write them whenever you need guidance and they'll lovingly be there to guide you. When you are having a rough day, or when you're having a down day, or when you're having a low moment in life, you can write to your best friend and say, I just need to hear your voice, and I just need to hear that maybe somehow or other I'm doing a good job. And your best friend is always there to say, don't worry, you're doing the best job. Don't worry, you're doing a good job. This is Krishna. And so we are so privileged to have a God who does not simply say, you're doing everything wrong. I will not bend any rules for you. There is only hellish conditions waiting for you in life. Now our supreme bestie says, you're doing a wonderful job. Just try your best. I can make accommodations for you, don't worry. I can bend some rules for you, don't worry. Everybody knows Krishna is very naughty. Krishna is very mischievous. He's very fond of bending the rules for the people that he loves. And so he says, I love you. Every page of Bhagavad Gita is filled with Krishna's love. Krishna is telling Arjuna, I will tell you these secrets because you're my very dear friend. You're so dear to me. I love you so much. And so Krishna is not only speaking to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, he's speaking to every single one of us, saying, I love you very much. You're my very dear friend. I will bend the rules of the universe just for you. And so what does it mean to have Krishna as a supreme bestie? It means having someone who is willing to break the rules for you. Someone who's willing to speak up for you when you need them. Someone who's willing to stand up for you when there's injustice. Someone who is willing to console you and comfort you when you have a down day, and someone who's willing to rejoice with you when you're having a good day, and someone who's saying, don't worry, whether in happiness or stress, in whatever condition you find yourself, I'll always be there. I'm simply one mantra away. And so at any point, we can call out to Radhe Govinda, and immediately our best friend is there. It's that simple. And so Krishna assures us all the time that it really is that simple. If we believe, it's simple. And if we have doubts, Krishna is so reciprocal that he will even reinforce our doubts. So sometimes when we think we're praying for something and it's taken a long time to manifest, and we think, oh Krishna, I've been praying, but all I hear from you is silence, then we can wonder, okay, where have I been doubting my best friend? Because Krishna reciprocates. And if we have doubts, Krishna will even reciprocate with those doubts. And so then we can think, okay, let me remove all those doubts. Let me simply relax into the knowledge, into the knowing that Krishna is absolutely there for me. Because he really is there for every single living entity. So being within Telangana, Hyderabad is a place where everywhere you go, you can hear resounding the name of Govinda, Govinda. Isn't it? Isn't it? And this, as a person who was, from my very birth, offered to deities of Shishirada Govinda. And so it's a place where I'm excited to be, because everywhere you go, you can greet everybody with Govinda, Govinda, and everybody will say Govinda back. This is the place where, in Kali Yuga, you have the wonderful incarnation of Srinivas, which, what an incredible story Balaji is. The Leela of Balaji is something unlike anything else. This is God in love. You know, this is the supreme person who's now been somehow or other, for the purposes of Leela, separated from his wife and only wants to chant the name of Lakshmi, wondering, where is my beloved? And so sometimes we think of, we have to do some nam japa. But what japa does God do? God chants the name of his beloved now. So now he's simply not eating, not sleeping, not drinking, complete full fast, but meditating on Lakshmi, just for the sake of somehow being reunited with his dearest beloved. And so this is, I am such a romantic. And so this pastime of Balaji and wonderful Telangana, where incredible things have come out. If we think about Telugu movies, if we want to think about one of the greatest movies to have ever come about, Maya Bazar. Maya Bazar is of the greatest movie that has ever come about. And so we have such a rich spiritual culture that comes about from this wonderful region. And so for me, I'm excited because it is such a rich spiritual culture to be able to dive into. And I really like spiritual culture and spiritual history. So I'm super excited. This was actually, for me, this is kind of like, you know, the selfish part of the tour. And what I also know about the southern regions is that they love Lord Nrsimha. And I also really love Lord Nrsimha Dev. So I'm excited to be able to incorporate so much of this into our shows, and many of our shows can be different depending upon the region where we are, depending upon how they worship my Supreme Lord in that region. So I'm excited to be able to dive in, because I really am a connoisseur of spiritual heritage and spiritual culture. So I'm excited to be able to dive in and greet everyone. Yedukundalavada, Venkatamana, Govinda, Govinda.
Why did it take so much time for this tour? Because you have so much connection with India, and why so many years for this journey?
I, and Ritu is also looking because she sent so many emails. I wanted to be sure that I wasn't simply taking from India. I wanted to be absolutely sure that I could craft a tour and craft a unique experience that was actually really based around devotion and spiritual culture rather than just get rich scheme or a gimmick where spirituality is something that people do because it's cool right now, but in 5 minutes from now, something else will be cooler. And so I wanted to make sure that I would have people with me that would be ready to give their lives to something spiritual. Not simply 5 minutes of we get all the money and then we take the money and then we never do anything spiritual with it. And so what I can say is that Radha Govinda have blessed me with the most amazing team who are really willing to be with me on a journey of spirituality, not just now, but they're dedicating their lives day in, day out, hours and hours of dedication to bhakti. And that's really what I wanted to make sure that we would do, where we could craft an experience where the bhakti is not lost. And that is a very big concern for me because so many people are eager to just say, we'll pour money into this, and then we can say we've done something spiritual, but really goes into everybody's pockets and it's done. And here I wanted to make sure that we are held accountable. What are we actually doing with these funds? And I wanted to be able to update people in the future that this is where your funds have gone. Yes, of course, people need to maintain their lives in order to continue the seva. But I really wanted to make sure that I would have a team that was very much dedicated to service, very much dedicated to bhakti. And so I am, and I'm making sure that, okay, I have to set the tone. I am a person who has followed Ekadashi Vrat her entire life, even as a child. And so I had parents who it was not optional whether or not to observe Ekadashi Vrat. This was mandatory. It was simply what was done in our entire family. And so for the children in the family, for anybody who enters into the family, we are Vaishnavs first and foremost. And so many people ask, okay, but what is your culture that you've practiced at home? My parents raised me that I was a Vaishnava first. Everything was secondary. And so there was never anything else. If there was a Christmas holiday, we all got together on Christmas holiday and just did kirtan. We all just read from Shastra. We all just read from Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. There was never anything else to be done. If we were going to gather together as a family, it was always going to be centered around Krishna and Bhakti Yoga. And so I wanted to make sure that I would have a team that I could also center around Krishna and Bhakti Yoga. And so this is why this has taken so long, because for a long time I said, no, I actually wouldn't do any concerts because I wasn't sure if people would follow my crazy ideas of how much of this could we give to Vrindavan Dham? How much of this can I can say at a moment's notice, I know I have a wonderful team where I can say, okay, our next cause is Bandirvan. Bandirvan is a wonderful village in Vrindavan, but very small. How many people know about Bandirvan? Very few. But can we work to preserve Bandirvan so that the Babas who are worshipping Shishi Radha Bandir Vihari, where Shishi Radha and Krishna got secretly married, are they taken care of? Are their goshalas taken care of? Are their cows taken care of? Because this is Srimati Radharani's kanda. This is Srimati Radharani's family. So can we take care of Bandirvan? Because it's a place that is so dear to my heart. So I wanted to make sure that I have a team where at any given moment where I tell them what the next project is, they're ready and willing and excited. And they're ready and willing to put in as much funds as they have to give to Sri Vrindavan Dham. So that's why it's taken so long. I wanted to make sure that I am surrounded by people that Krishna has chosen. And I can say absolutely that Krishna has chosen these individuals and that he's put us all together as a family. And they know that if any moment I say, okay, I'm not happy with this, they've immediately changed everything around. You can see from the seating arrangements to the experience that we'll bring when the concert comes to the forefront that everything is going to be a little effulgence of Vrindavan. And I feel blessed. I feel honored to be able to be a part of a team where they will listen to what crazy idea I have. As crazy as I am for Krishna and obsessed as I am for Govinda, they are willing to somehow bring to life all of my obsessions.
So, to this, it's a request from everybody sitting here if we can do a little bhajan together and they will sing in the chorus for sure, right? Yes. We'll sing in the chorus?
So, of course, before I begin, such a wonderful prayer to Shishirada Govinda, which says that in a forest of jewels, with all of their attendants, decorated with wonderful, wonderful, wish-fulfilling trees, there is seated the divine couple, Shishirada Govinda. They are my life and my soul, and they are forever worshipped by all of those who are around them. Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadaha Srimad Ratnagara Singhasanasto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Prishtalibi Sevyamano Smarami 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 Bajaman Radhe
Radhe!
Radhe
Radhe!
Radhe Govinda Bajaman Radhe
Radhe!
Radhe
Radhe!
Radhe Govinda Bajaman Radhe
Radhe!
Radhe
Radhe!
Radhe Govinda Shishirada Govinda Dev Ki
Jai! Thank you so much, Dee. It was wonderful. I literally felt that you're live here. We all felt the same.
Radhe Govinda everyone. See you all soon. Govinda Govinda.
Vinda. Hi, my name is Ritu Bhagwani and I represent Chelman Vrindavan. I'm the founder of Chelman Vrindavan. So, Chelman Vrindavan, as it's always about concert with a cause, we're trying to develop a temple, provide food facilities to some dasis, and provide educational opportunities to few children that seek some opportunities. So, we're trying to do something from our end and we seek everybody's support as well.
Yeah. So when is Acyuta Gopi ji performing in Hyderabad?
So she's coming on 4th of October at Boulder Hills. So she's going to be landing it on the 2nd, of course, because we'll do some good marketing. Yeah. And she's going to be here on the 4th for performing at Boulder Hills.
Which is that bhajan or a song which has been like everybody's favorite and everyone wants it. Can you hum a little bit for us?
I know I'm not as good as her, but of course, Bhajaman Radhe, that everybody loves.
Okay. So what is the main cause for doing this concert?
See, as I mentioned, Chelman Vrindavan is all about concert with a cause, and we are trying to do some proceedings of it to a temple in Vrindavan, to some dasis who've devoted their lives to Krishna, and to few students, few kids, I would say, who want to get educated but they don't have the right things or people who can support them. So we are trying to support as many as people we can through this concert.
So in how many cities it is happening?
So it's happening in 10 cities. It starts from Hyderabad and it ends in Mumbai. So we are like doing 10 cities: Hyderabad, Bangalore, then we're doing Indore, Jaipur, Calcutta, Lucknow, Delhi, Ahmedabad, Pune, and Mumbai.
Okay, so something for all the Radha Krishna fans.
So I'm very sure this is going to be one such night for you that you're going to go towards the spiritual journey and you're going to cry, you're going to laugh, you're going to have fun, you're going to dance, you're going to do everything that your heart says, this is what I'm born for, this is what my soul wants. So you should be a part of this day.
Thank you.